Hello everyone, it is Lori Bradley and I'm here in St. Louis, Missouri, and I have started making Halloween cards. I made my very first Halloween card this week and it is a fun fold just in time for Fun Fold Friday. But I wanted to show you really quick the new Halloween oh my goodness, the spooky Halloween suite with the very fun designer series paper, little sketched animals, nice neutrally Halloween background. Spooky windows, and then again orange and white, the pumpkin pie. This piece is great for if you want to make card fronts. There's 3 different things there, and then that one could be cut into card fronts, so you don't have to do any extra work. Great petunia pop pattern, subtle gray and black, and then little tags. This piece can be cut apart into tags that you could put on your card front, or you could put onto gift bags. And then one piece of candy paper, which is of course perfectly Halloween, along with black and orange neutral again. And there are 2 sheets of the fun little punch out ephemera pieces. Look at this hippo. Is this not adorable? Little tooth fairy, bear, and some spooky trees. So there's also very fun embellishments, foam, shimmer star foam stickers in petunia pop black and white, and there is some petunia pop shimmer ribbon as well. So this is a great suite, perfect for all your Halloween stuff. And so today we're going to make a fun fold, and today's fun fold is a double Z card. We've made a Z card before, and that's the main fold of the card, but then we've got this little arm right here that will make the other Z. And so those are actually backwards from each other. They're in opposite directions. So I'm gonna set that aside. Let's make our card. I have a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. I have scored it at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4, which is kind of a standard Z fold. If you start with that, you can add anything that you want. And then I have a 1 inch by 11 inch, so you could get 8 across on your sheet of cardstock. That's 5 1/2, scored at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4 also. So it's exactly the same as our card base, scored exactly the same. But we're gonna attach it on the opposite side. So I'm gonna start with my card base, and I'm going to make sure that it's folded. I already scored it, so we're gonna make sure. The first piece that we're going to put on, and I have all of my pieces already cut, and you can embellish however you want with the Z fold, but I have just a white 4 by 5 1/4 panel, and I'm gonna stamp that first. And the reason is because I always wanna make sure I can flip it over if I have to. And I'm gonna use the stamps from the Spooky Halloween stamp set. I'm gonna use No Tricks, I'll Treat, and Happy Halloween. But look, and I've also used the little Frankenstein dog, but I've already stamped him and colored him, so you didn't have to watch that. All right, so we're going to stamp in the lower right corner the No Tricks, All Treats, and I'm just using Memento black ink, nothing crazy. And then Happy Halloween up in the right corner. No, that's the left, sorry. So my other right. So the top left corner is gonna get Happy Halloween. The bottom right gets the No Tricks, All Treats. Okay, looks like that. So that's 4 by 5 1/4. Put my lid on my stamp pad and get that out of here so I don't make a mess. All right, so we're going to attach that to the back of the card. Inside, this will be your inside. And we had this discussion at my demonstrator meeting on Monday that for a Halloween card for kids, you don't really have to say a whole lot of words. Just sign "Love Aunt Lori," and they will be super excited, and they got a Halloween card. So when this is done, you're gonna cover up some of this inside space. So don't worry about that. All right, now I have black matte, and that's 2 1/2 across by 4, right? By 4, so 2 1/2 by 4, and then a piece of designer series paper that is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach that. I use the candy I'm using the candy piece of the Designer Series paper because we're all about the treats, right? Halloween is a great treat time. All right. That on there, and then that's just gonna go onto the front flap. Make sure when you attach it that it is on the front of the Z. All right, so we're gonna make sure that we've got that on the front of the Z. Makes a nice little edge, and the black piece is the same size as our white, so you kind of want to make sure that it's lined up with that. Just like that. Okay, now before we attach the other Z, I'm going to attach the Designer Series paper, and I just wanted a subtle pattern right there. I didn't need anything super crazy or super fancy because I didn't want to draw attention all the way across away from my little guy I'm going to put on the front. So this piece is 3/4 of an inch. I should have shown you that before I put glue on it. 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. Yeah, by 5 1/4. So 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. And that's going to give us that nice little border around the outside, just like that. Okay, now it's ready to glue. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to close our card for a second, and we're going to fold this into the Z. So make sure that is folded. The adhesive is going to go on the pieces that you can see. You're going to put your adhesive here, and that's what's going to stick onto the back. And then this part of the adhesive will actually be on the card front. So it's going to stick like this. If you put glue anywhere else, you're going to glue your card shut. Okay, so we don't want to do that. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal because I want it to be pretty strong, because that's the piece that's going to open. So I've got that on the part that goes on the inside of the card, and then this side, get plenty on there. Let's see. All right, it's going to be on the front. All right, so I'm going to line that up. I'm just going to put it, start on the edge, make sure it's closed and straight along the edge, and then we're going to put that piece down as well. And there you have your two Z's. So make sure this is the 5 1/2 inch side, so it's actually flipped from the other one. The small Z is on this side for the skinny piece, and the Z is on the left side for the main card base. All right, so let's decorate this really quick. I just cut 2 stitch shape squares. I did a basic black and a white, and I'm going to attach those. I'm not stamping anything on there because they're gonna hold my little dog, my little Frankenstein. So we've got those together. I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna turn it in a diamond, and I only want the left side of my diamond to be attached. Since I haven't attached anything, if I mess it up, then I can flip it around, but hopefully I don't mess it up. All right, so it's on half, so we're going to close it, and we're going to line up our diamond wherever you want it. It could go over this way a little farther if you wanted. I'm gonna line it up so the points of my diamond are right there along that Z. And since it's only attached on the left side, the right side will be open, so it doesn't interfere with any movement. And then I have my little Frankenstein that I've colored with Stampin' Blends. I use Granny Apple Green, Pumpkin Pie, and then Petunia Pop, the colors that are in our Designer Series paper. And I'm gonna put him on with dimensionals right on the front. You could stamp some little sparkles or confetti that are in the thing. You could add a little bit of the ephemera, add a couple of candy corns, whatever makes you happy with your decoration. And then let's add a couple of the foam stars, which are super cute. We laughed and said they kind of look like dimensionals with sparkle on the top. So that's what I'm gonna call them, the dimensional foam star stickers. And let's do, you know what, I'm gonna do black just for fun. And I'm gonna put them on the white piece so you can see them. They're small, there's 3 colors. the black, the petunia pop, and the white. And they're three sizes actually: small, tiny, small, and medium. They're not really large, they're pretty small, but they're three sizes and they are super cute. All right, so there's two, and let's put a big one, or the biggest, I guess. Let's put one down here, just like that. And there you have it. We have a double Z. Double Z's can be various sizes. It could be a different length or different width, but there you have it. And so you can sign your name down here. No one will see. You could even write on this if you wanted to stamp something else or write it, or if you wanted to cover it with more Desginer series paper. But there you have it. Today's Double Z Fun Fold. And we are moving along through the holidays. So I will look forward to seeing you all next week for Fun Fold Friday. Have a great rest of your weekend.